Has your New Year's fitness resolutions faded away? Well, if so, we have some tips to maybe get you back on track. And joining us this morning is the mighty one. Joe Sankowski is here. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Always a pleasure.
Well, all right, where do we start when we're taking inventory of our personal fitness?
Yeah, you know, there's yo-yo exercisers, just like there's yo-yo dieters, people who start and stop, and they never seem to stay with the whole fitness game that we're trying to do. And I have a checklist of 7 points that people really need to look at and say, here's what I have. Here are the resources I have. And the first one you need to look at is time, because some people say, well, you know, I don't have time. But they're sitting there flipping channels or playing on the computer. They're doing something that could be time well spent exercising. And even if it's just 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there, if it's your lunch break, or if it's, you know, you have some time on a weekend, you have to take serious consideration of what time you do have available.
I think there's a misconception that people think, well, I've got to have a 2-hour block in my day where I can go to a gym and get things done.
You don't have to at all. Fitness is a cumulative effect. I mean, if you have 5 minutes and 5 minutes and 5 minutes, it adds up. And really the goal that I try to have people shoot for per week is accumulating at least 5 hours of exercise.
And it's interesting, too, because I think you said that yo-yo effect. If people do that, participate in the yo-yo effect, they don't see the results they're looking for, so then they tend to drop off.
It makes it tough to stick with it when you keep disappointing yourself, and you know, whether it's for, you know, quote-unquote real reasons that make you stop, or if it's just because you're not motivated enough to stick with it on your own. You need to find some way to create success, because once you start to feel success in anything you're doing, you're gonna want more of that.
Right.
You're absolutely gonna want more.
And you said you don't. And speaking of creating success, you don't have to necessarily find it in a gym.
No, not at all. You can find this. This is the other thing. It's like, what equipment do you have available? This is part of the checklist. Is what do you have? If you have a gym membership, great. There's lots of tools there that can help you get the fitness job done. You may have a gym at home. You know, I like to work out in my garage. I have some fun toys that I like to play with there. You could find a park that has logs and rocks and swings and all kinds of things and use that. You just need stuff. And if you don't have stuff, hopefully you have a body you can work with, because gravity works wonders if you're working against yourself. So you don't need a lot of stuff. You just need to know what stuff do you have and how do you make that work for you for what you want to actually accomplish.
And I know that folks, sometimes I'll hear them in the gym even talking, saying, you know, I really wish my buddy would come work out with me. Is it easier to get to the gym if you've got some support?
That is another point on here, is having a support network. It may be a training partner. It may just be the person at the counter at the gym that says, hey, you know, good to see you again. It might be a spouse, a family, friend, you know, coworkers. You know, you could kind of pool together as a team at work and look over the cubicles and say, hey, you know, how's lunch going for you? Or how did your workout go yesterday? So that support is really an important thing. And if you don't have it, you know, there's trainers, there's coaches, there's all kinds of people that can help you. You just have to find a supportive network that will actually help you achieve what you want to and keep you on track.
Let's talk about the nutritional part of this whole checklist.
Most people have been eating since a very early age, so that they have the skills to
and a good thing.
And a good thing. It's very good for you to eat. And some people have skills in a kitchen where they actually know how to prepare foods and you know, keep them ready so that way it's there and it's convenient. You know, because if you don't have good food convenient, you're going to go to fast food, which is way too convenient, and that's not going to help the whole fitness goal happen now, is it? So if you do not have nutrition or culinary experience, I guess we could call this one, you could farm that out. And this again goes back to your support network. It might be a spouse, might be friends. You might pool up as a team and say, I don't like chopping peppers or chopping onions, so you take care of that and I'll take care of cooking the chicken, and we're just going to kind of pool our resources. So you have to have some sort of skills, and if you don't, you have to recognize, hey, I don't have the skill to do that or the time or the interest. So you just need to know that these are the resources I have or I don't have, and let's find the ones that we don't have and make it work.
And quickly, how much does a budget play into all this?
This is the whole thing. Is if you have resources in place already, you don't have to spend more to get more resources. Everybody looks for the next shiny object or the next great workout plan or the best book or the best diet. Everybody knows what they need to know. Eat right and exercise is all that it takes to get in shape or to stay in shape. If you don't have the resources, if you don't have a blender, you might have to spend to get one. If you don't have the money to buy a blender, you get a spoon and a cup and you whip stuff up real hard, and it takes more work. It's, you know, budget isn't the important part at all. It's just having the attitude, and you say, here's what I've got. How do I make this work for me?
All right. Well, Mighty Joe, thank you very much. Great information as always. We appreciate it. And if you'd like more of that information on Fit on Fox, you can head to our website at fox17online.com.